English 6, Term 1, Week 2, Session 2. Understanding literary text and figures of speech. Comprehend literary text, drawing conclusions, identifying the main idea, summarizing story events, applying the important story elements to one schema, learning vicariously from the text, analyzing figures of speech to get and clarify meaning, hyperbole, irony. Learning objectives. By the end of the lesson, the learners are expected to A. Identify the main idea, lessons, and conclusions presented in The Whisper of the Mountain, Part 2. B. Summarize the important events in the story. Evaluate statements based on the events and details from the text. Practice environmental stewardship and respect for ancestral lands in daily life situations. Before we start our lesson, let's have spelling. I will pronounce words that are related to our lesson for the day, and you will spell it out on your notebook. Number 1. Typhoon. Typhoon. Number 2. Landslide. Landslide. Number 3. Sacred. Sacred. Number 4. Stewardship. Stewardship. And number 5. Prosperity. Prosperity. Class, let me ask you this question. Have you ever had to protect something deeply important to you? How did you feel? How does a personal experience from your own life connect to the struggles faced by the characters in the story The Whisper of the Mountain? Today, we are going to read the last part of the story, focused on how the characters' actions can teach us lessons that we can apply to our own lives. I would like you to think about this. What did the characters do in the end? What did they learn from their experiences? What can we learn from their choices and actions? Let us now read the part 2 of The Whisper of the Mountain. The villagers refused to sign the papers. They knew that flooding the valley meant drowning their ancestral burial grounds and sacred hunting spaces. The lowlanders argued that the village was fighting against their own prosperity. Yet, weeks later, a massive typhoon struck the region. The heavy rains were so violent they could have washed the entire province into the ocean. Because the Dumagat people had fiercely protected the deep-rooted trees on the slopes, the mountain soil held firm, shielding both the village and the lowlands below from a devastating landslide. The very project managers who wanted to clear cut the forest found themselves seeking shelter in the sturdy bamboo huts of the villagers. As they sat shivering by the fire, eating the root crops shared by the elders, the visitors finally understood. The forest was already providing everything they were trying to build. Assessment. Directions. Answer the following questions in 2 sentences. Number 1. What is the main idea of part 2? Number 2. What conclusion can you draw about the typhoon's impact on the lowlanders' perspective? Number 3. Summarize the main events of part 2. Number 4. What lesson did you learn vicariously through the characters about protecting nature? And number 5, how can you apply the value of stewardship shown by the Dumagat people to your own school or community? Directions. Write true if the statement correctly reflects the story or its lessons, and false if it does not. The Dumagat people refused to sign the papers because they wanted to buy the dam themselves. Number 2. The roots of the protected trees helped prevent a devastating landslide during the typhoon. Number 3. The lowlanders refused to accept help from the villagers when the storm hit. Number 4. Learning vicariously means we can adopt the values of respect for nature shown by the Dumagat people in our own lives. And number 5, the project managers realized at the end that the forest was already fulfilling the needs they intended to build a dam for. Ways forward. Directions. Imagine you are Kael. Write a short message To the lowlanders, explaining why your ancestral lands cannot be bought or replaced by modern structures.